Good day. I'm Reverend Ronald Nathan, and I'm the minister of the Hogard A Zion Church in Jackson, St. Michael, on the island of Barbados. Thank you so much for joining us today in our series of meditations called Veiled Truths. This is where we look at the parables of Jesus Christ. A parable is a story that illustrates a truth, sometimes with a twist, but it's located in things familiar to the people who are listening. Jesus used this first century literary form in his teachings to the disciples. Sometimes they will understand its meaning, and other times he would have to help them in their understanding. We are looking at the parable of the prodigal son. It's found in Luke 15, verse 11 to 32. And this is now the third installment or meditation on this subject. And I'm reading a couple of the verses in the reference that I gave. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living. When he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare? And here I am starving to death. I will set out and go back to my father." Not for a moment did this young man think that his father would reject him. There has to have been some observation of a welcoming and forgiving spirit that this young man had seen in his father. He knew that he had done wrong, and that his father would be right to reject him for his licentious ways, or, as the text tells us, his wild living. However, he also knew something else about his father, that even if his father rebuked him for his spendthrift attitude and ways, he would at least not be allowed to starve to death. He was humble enough to know to ask for forgiveness, and was prepared to be even numbered amongst the servants. It is not welcomed, but our children will make mistakes and will make us sometimes even ashamed of their behavior. But family must show compassion. Wealth is not only about money. We have to also understand it is about the family that we have. There is no doubt that there are those who would have sent this young man packing, telling him to go back from where he came. He had made the family name shameful. What is outstanding about this young man and betrays his upbringing was that he came to his senses. He was able to detach himself from the pain of hunger, the sense of disappointment and remorse, and even the shame that he may have felt, and to consider the nature and the character of his father. This gave him the strength to take the long journey back home. We are the children of God, destined to produce fruit for his kingdom in the now and the hereafter. Jesus the Christ taught the people many things by parables. That which was veiled has been revealed. So let us learn from these earthly stories called parables and draw nearer to God. May God open our minds to understand his will, open our eyes to see his doing, open our ears to hear his bidding, open our hands to receive his blessings, and open our hearts to love his children. Amen. If this meditation has been a blessing to you, we ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that you pass on our links, share it with your family and friends, and give us a thumbs up. God bless you and have a great day.